Hey YouTube, it's me again, KaBlamBandicoot64 here. Yeah, the audio's shitty. Yeah, I know you're gonna hear some pops and crackles, but I'd rather go for a mic that you all can hear rather than a decent quality mic that nobody can hear. Anyways, Matthew Davis made a new video. Shocking, I know. He uploads how many a day? But this one's gonna be special. Because not only will Matthew show that he knows nothing about cartoons and nothing about movies, but he also shows he knows nothing about politics. He did a rant on Donald Trump, because that's never been done before, people ranting on Donald Trump. But I will admit, I too have a less than positive opinion on Donald Trump. I wanted Sanders to win, but because that's probably not going to happen, I'm going to have to root for Hillary, so... well, we can take what we can get. But anyways, Donald Trump, what can you say about him? He's a racist at heart. He worries so much about the Mexican border, but the Canadian border? No problems with that. But anyways, Matthew, he made a Donald Trump video in typical Matthew Davis fashion. And this is my commentary on it. Let's begin.
Fans, this is for you.
So 10 seconds of extremely awkward silence is for your fans. That's just great. I think you have like 3 of them. Maybe 4. I think we can read the title, dude. We're not idiots like you assume us to be. We get it. You're doing a rant on Donald Trump. Instead, you're using a really generic title screen with very generic music. You're not looking cool, dude. I know you're trying to make yourself look cool, but you're not looking cool. Just stop.
Hello guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, the movie lover here, and some people have been asking me about this guy known as Donald Trump.
I love how you just refer to Donald Trump so casually as this guy named Donald Trump, because nobody has ever heard of him, right? I mean, I think he has $1 million or something. That's a pretty small loan if you ask me.
Yes, I do know who Donald Trump is. Donald Trump is the guy running for president next year.
Last time I checked, presidents didn't just have 1 year, because you did say he's running for next year. Last time I checked, presidents who get elected have at least 4, potentially 8 years of presidency. And plus, the next year thing would only be contextually correct if you said it in 2015. Whoever gets elected, they become president this year. So no, it's not going to be next year. It's actually going to be in about 5 months. You really do know nothing about politics, do you? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is positive proof and positive showcasing that this guy is homeschooled. And don't use his autism as an excuse. I have mild autism too, but I was able to go to school just like everybody else. Matthew, you're not looking good here.
And mainly, he is basically against the other candidate, Hillary Clinton.
A presidential nominee going against another presidential nominee? And one who's in a different political race? Trump being a Republican, Hillary being a Democrat? I would have never guessed that. Well, that's certainly a reason to hate Donald Trump. He's going against Hillary Clinton, the next president, potentially. The second nomination. He's going against her? I just cannot believe that.
Who I personally think would make a much better president. But no, people are voting for this asshole.
despite the majority of the polls being conducted actually showing in favor of Hillary. Yeah, people are going to vote for Trump, dude, but I know he's won a couple polls, but the majority of polls I see, a lot of people seem to be voting for Hillary. Yeah, I don't think Trump would be a good president either, but Hillary's definitely in the running, dude, and she's doing pretty well. Granted, Trump definitely has more than a fair shot, but the more polls I see, the more chances I see of Hillary getting elected.
Now, I don't really care who wins the election as long as it's not Donald Trump.
So I take it you're not a Republican? Though, in all seriousness, no shit, dude, we get it. You don't like Donald Trump. Why was that statement necessary? That would be like if I said, I don't care who makes the next cartoon review of Beavis and Butthead, as long as it's not he who shall not be named. I think everybody on channel knows who I was about to say, but you get the picture.
Alright. What are the reasons why I hate this guy? He's such a fucking asshole. I mean, he doesn't want Canadians coming to America.
Wrong fucking border, dude. Anyone who knows anything about Donald Trump knows that he doesn't want the Mexicans coming to America. Okay? Trump is very anti-Hispanic, almost to the point of being racist. He has shown very little, if any, cares about our two Canadian borders, the border between the 48 contiguous states and the border between Canada and Alaska. He has shown very little concern and very little care for those borders. He is all about the Hispanic-Mexican border. Notice how I said Hispanic there? The dude's a racist. And what are most of the races in Canada? White. So, yeah, you got the freaking country wrong. I don't know if you have to be a political expert to know everything about Donald Trump, but I do know one thing. You don't have to be a political expert to know, hey, Donald Trump, he don't like Mexico.
He's just so fucking negative all the time. Just trying to get his way and thinks he's going to be ruler when he becomes president. Alright? And pretty much all this shit that he does, I pretty much think he does it for money. Ooh.
He's a Republican, dude. That's kind of their gist. Giving tax breaks to the rich and giving more taxes to the poor. But that's just the very, very brief sum of how most Republicans are greedy. You're stating something that's extremely obvious. Not to mention, this is Mr. Small Loan of $1 million we're dealing with here. I think we know that Trump's greedy. You're not bringing any new points to the table here, dude.
Like, really? This is gonna piss me off if Donald Trump runs for president. My country, our entire country, is gonna be fucked. And I don't want our country being fucked. I mean, really, Donald Trump would make the worst president ever. Alright? Now, Barack Obama, I'm neutral to, but I will say he's definitely a way better president.
And yet again, you give no real reasons as to why you feel these ways about these people. You have given me barely any reasons on why you don't like Trump, and most of the reasons you do give me are either incorrect or just show your personal bias or just don't make a lick of sense. You've shown no real reasons as to why you like Hillary, and now you're showing no real reasons as to why you like Obama. You're making a video about politics. You have to give reasons.
And I'm not sure if Donald Trump's gonna become president. I really hope he doesn't, but
if I were you, I wouldn't fart in the middle of your videos. Oops, excuse me. I mean, seriously, it looks like you're farting there. I mean, you're obviously using Windows Movie Maker for that pitiful intro of yours. I'm pretty sure you can edit your videos better than this, dude. I mean, I don't use Vegas, even though I technically have it downloaded, just because of the simplicity of Movie Maker, but you don't have to have Vegas to just do simple editing like that. I mean, this is Christian levels of bad editing. It really is.
I don't know what I'm gonna do if he becomes president.
Something tells me it's going to involve making another shitty rant.
Let's just hope to God that he doesn't. You wanna know what pisses me off the most about it? He has so many supporters. So many fucking supporters that just doesn't make any sense. Why are people voting for the fucking bad guy here?
Maybe that's because they like him? I mean, he is a presidential candidate. There's obviously going to be some people who like him. Maybe other candidates, which you haven't mentioned by the way, like Cruz or Sanders haven't gotten the same following, but still people voted for them, at least in their primaries in the states. You probably don't even know they do primaries in the states, do you? Oh, and one more thing. People not liking Donald Trump and you complaining about it and getting your panties in a wad sort of reminds me of like how you did that with people liking Johnny Test with you not liking it. You haven't changed a bit after all, have you?
I mean, seriously. Donald Trump is nothing more than a famous douchebag. And that's pretty much all that really needs to be said.
No, there isn't. There's a lot more things that need to be said. There's a lot more famous douchebags in this world than Mr. Trump. Let's count some. Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, Weston Sharpest. But seriously, throughout the course of this entire video, you've given no reasons as to why you don't like Donald Trump that aren't fake, that aren't bogus, that aren't realistic at all. You've given no real reasons. None. In a video about politics. Politics. You have to know what you're talking about here, man. People take politics a lot more seriously than cartoons, bro. You can't do something like this.
There, you got my opinion on Donald Trump? Yeah. Donald Trump is really gonna screw up, alright? He is going to ruin our country, alright? Why is he doing this? Why is he such an asshole? Why is he such a heartless douche? Just really, he's just like Justin Bieber. Like an old version of Justin Bieber.
So you're saying that Mr. Trump is similar to a Canadian douchebag? Look, the only presidential candidate that's even close to being similar to Justin Bieber is maybe Ted Cruz. And that's only because they have terrible reputations and they're Canadian. But even he's not even running anymore. How is Donald Trump similar to Justin Bieber? One's a pop star and one's a politician. And a billionaire. Sure, they're both douchebags, but really, there's a lot of douchebags in this world, dude. Justin Bieber and Donald Trump do not intertwine.
But I don't need to get into him, but pretty much... My god, this is just bullshit. And people are fighting over... The haters are fighting the supporters, and the supporters are fighting the haters. I mean, really.
I know. It's almost like we're dealing with politics here. Dun, dun, dun! Though, seriously, no fucking shit.
People just need to grow the fuck up. I mean, really, what do I think of him? This is what I think of him right here. Yep. Fuck Donald Trump. You know, he would just make a terrible president. I don't know why.
He's even running. That's the thing. I don't even know why he's fucking running. But pretty much, I hope this doesn't happen. This shit is going to be going off. Whatever. But pretty much, fuck Donald Trump in the ass. That's pretty much all I have to say.
So that's the video. I'm just going to end it right there. I'm Matthew Davis, this is probably your worst video yet. Not just because you just don't have any good opinions, but because you don't have any valid facts. Not decently told opinions like you don't show in any of your other shitty fucking videos, but any facts about Donald Trump. None! You don't talk about his relationship with the Muslims. You don't talk about any of the things he says. You don't talk about how he's just a complete hypocrite on Twitter. You talk about none and you give no examples. Instead, you just say, I don't like him because he's an asshole. Fuck Donald Trump. No, Matthew. Fuck you. You would not make a good politician, and you're certainly not a good YouTuber. I'm KaBlamBandicoot64, and I'm here to make YouTube great again. In my own special way.